1,000 Words podcast. Join us as we discuss the antics of pro athletes, sports politics, and everything in between. No sport nor athlete is off limits. Now, get you a pitcher of wine and enjoy the show. Here are your hosts, Lene and Linnell Fletcher, aka the Fletcher Twins. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of A Pitcher's First 1,000 Words podcast. It's your girl, Nelly Nell.
And this your girl, Nay. What it do, boo?
That's right. And we are back with another episode. And let's start off with the drinks. I have red wine as usual in my customized cup.
I got Corona.
Okay, and before we get started, just want to give a shout out to the 8 More Than 92 podcast. I was a guest on their most recent episode. It was really funny. So shout out to James and Najee for having me on. It was a great time, and go check that out. So this past weekend, Friday night, I did go see Nia Long new movie, Missing. And it also stars the girl from Euphoria. I think in Euphoria, she plays Zendaya's sister. It was good because it was a twist at the end that I didn't see coming. And if I don't see the twist coming, I think that's good if I can't predict the movie. So Missing is actually a good movie, so go see it. Saturday.
That's my type of movie.
Yeah. Saturday, we celebrated our friend Alora's 30th birthday. I believe her birthday was Wednesday. But Saturday we went to an escape room, which I was no help, and I was very useless. I didn't help them not nan bit. Okay, I'm not the riddle solving person. And then we did a birthday dinner at this tapas restaurant, which is like a Spanish restaurant. And then for large group, they just bring out different sample size plates. So that was really good. And then we went to a club afterwards. They was gonna go to this other club, but I'm like, if y'all go to that club, I ain't no EDM type person. I'm going home, but I'm fine. Like I was actually encouraging them to go because I was ready to go home and go to sleep. But they ended up going to like this hip hop spot, this mixed spot where it had hip hop and other. So I went there. Sunday I watched football. So what did you do this past weekend?
What did we do Saturday, Braylon? Braylon took his soccer photos. And they had a soccer game. After that, we went outside. They rode their bikes and stuff. Then watched football. Sunday, we didn't go to church this Sunday because Joe had to watch this soccer game that came on at 11:30.
I didn't know soccer. I thought the World Cup was over. What they playing for now?
It's not the World Cup. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Year-round sport? What is it?
I don't know. But so yeah, then I did Brooklyn hair mostly all of Sunday. Cause it's like a whole day thing with the hair. And football, that's pretty much it. I did a lot of laundry, which I was proud of. I'll be proud when I watch
the little victories are great. The little victories make life great. And actually that's my upcoming weekend plans. I'm not doing not a thing but laundry on early Saturday morning. Okay. I'm gonna wake up at like 8:30, go, because I like to get in and get out before people start coming. So that's all I'm gonna do. Saturday is laundry, and then Sunday I am football. And we can talk about the games later. But what are you doing, if anything, this weekend?
This weekend, I don't know. I do want to see Missing. I think I might go with Joe. We might have a date night. We haven't had one in a while. And football, church, that's it. I don't got no other plans. Do some more laundry, of course. Maybe clean up the house a little bit.
All right, let's just get into some weekly sports updates before we get into our two topics. So Shannon Sharp issued an apology on Monday for his behavior at the Lakers game Friday. And I have a very funny story about this. Did you see the video of him? Okay.
Yeah.
So Friday night, literally right, the last thing I saw before I went to sleep, because I follow Shannon on Instagram, he posted a video of like his outfit or whatever. And then I was like, oh, he had the Lakers game sitting courtside, whatever. So that was the last image, last everything I saw Friday night. Woke up Saturday morning, first thing I see, because I get my sports update. First thing I see is a Yahoo Sports update, NFL Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp
Mm.
got into it with Ja Morant's dad. Like, that's all I kept seeing. So of course I clicked on it. I saw the video, and I was like, the headline is so misleading. Like, he got into it with somebody, another player, and then everybody came and tried to rush him, and it was going back and forth. Ja Morant's dad came in at the end, and then they eventually dapped it up later that
Squashed
night.
it, yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
they
why the
squashed it.
headlines got? I would have thought Shannon Sharp and Ja Morant's dad got into a fight and had to get
But
kicked out.
did you read like what he said? What happened?
Shannon or Ja?
Yeah,
Well, Shannon
Shannon.
said when he was apologizing, he said something about he was getting into it with Brooks or something like that. And then Brooks was saying something back, but then another player came. Like, I seen it, but I don't know what he was saying. I heard the video. He was saying something about. He kept repeating the same thing over and over. I forgot what he was saying.
Basically, I guess that the first guy he was arguing with, who was like way across the court, I guess he was guarding or on LeBron, and so Shannon had said he's too small to be on him.
Okay,
like that's just an opinion, and I guess he heard it, and so he turned around to Shannon and said, "Fuck you," and then Shannon said, "No, F you."
Oh yes,
And then
I
that's
did
how
read
that
that.
started.
Yeah, I did
That's how
read
that
that. I did
started.
read that. And then the memes, you know the memes. They was like, "This is everybody drunk uncle." They said, "This is I wish a mother would. This is how you look." It was great. It was very entertaining.
I think Kim wrote a stat that said Shannon did all that wearing a cardigan.
But it was a fly cardigan. I bet you there was cardigans sold out.
Yeah, because somebody put a link and it cost a pretty penny.
I bet you they sold out because it looked good. Dude,
I wouldn't wear it, but okay.
I would. And post it on and tag Shannon and his designer, and you know, or his stylist. And he apologized to the stylist too, because I guess the stylist was there with him at the game, and he was like, "I don't want any bad juju on you because of me." So he had a good apology. So he manned up. Michaela Stripin, Michaela Stripin won her 83rd win in skiing. So she's the most women. She has the most women's World Cup wins ever. She broke Lindsey Vogn's record. So shout out to Michaela.
Her 83rd win. How old is she?
She probably do more than one event at a time. Like at the Olympics, she probably do more than one event, skiing event.
This is ridiculous.
The 2023 NBA All-Star Weekend will take place in Salt Lake City, Utah on February 17th through February 19th. You know, that's my weekend. And then that's when I start actively watching the basketball games.
Yeah, because after that, it get good.
Yeah. And I had to Angel Reese, I think her name is Angel Reese. She played for LSU. So they was in the middle of a game, right? And her shoe came off. And you know, in NBA, they keep the game going, or sometimes they might take a timeout. So this was, she thought they was gonna take a timeout. So she had her shoe in one hand and was about to put it back on, right? But they didn't stop the game. So the girl was driving to the basket, and she, with one shoe in one hand, with the other hand, she blocked the shot, then stood over her like, "Yeah, I did that. I just did that." So shout out to Reese. She got called for taunting, but whatever. That was a nice block. And shout out to Cheryl Lee Ralph. You know, Cheryl Lee from Moesha, and now she's on Elementary. Chris Stapleton and Babyface, they're going to perform at the 2023 Super Bowl pre-show. Cheryl Lee Ralph is going to sing. What is she going to sing?
I didn't know she could sing until she won that Emmy.
She going to sing Lift Every Voice and Sing. Chris Stapleton is going to sing the national anthem, and Babyface is going to perform America the Beautiful. So this is at the pre-show. So kudos to them. And let's just get into our first story, because this is crazy. And I didn't even know anything about this or get any updates. But one day this week, I went on YouTube. And you know, the YouTube, if you like anything sports related or whatever, they gonna pop videos of things you like. Like you like Blueface and Krishan, they gonna pop up all the Blueface videos, whatever. So it popped up on like Roland Martin was saying in the headline, said something about Ed Reed, Roland Martin. I'm like, let me click on this because I do be watching some of Roland Martin things. So this is how I actually heard of it. So everybody know NFL Hall of Famer safety Ed Reed. He was one of the best to do it. So he has been coaching at different organizations for the last couple of years, and it was announced that he would be the new head coach of the HBCU University, which is in Florida. He was announced the head football coach in December 2022, last month. So fast forward a few weeks, Ed Reed is fired and he's out as head coach, right? And supposedly contract negotiation has stopped. And this is why Ed put up a curse-filled video criticizing the conditions of the school. So he even showed, I saw the video, he cussed everybody out. He showed how dirty it was, how this landfill was just dirt and trash, and him and all the football players was cleaning up the school. That's not their job.
Oh no.
He showed this abandoned building where nothing but trash was in there. It was crazy, and he was visibly upset and very passionate. You know, sometimes when people are passionate, they curse, whatever, right? So he let out an apology after it was, but the damage was done. Yeah. So Bethune claims he withdrew his name. Like they sent out an email to all the football players and stuff saying he withdrew his name, but Ed says no, he didn't. They don't want him. And he went on live and spoke with his football players for 15 minutes, and I saw the entire 15-minute speech. It was very passionate. He got teary-eyed. He threw some things down. Deion Sanders called in to give him some encouraging words, so I could see Deion too. And then he walked out, and I think he went in the car and cried. Okay. So now students are protesting his removal and the conditions of the school. They said him speaking out gave them enough balls to speak out as well, because it's been like that for years. So the students did a walkout one day, right? And they just protested. So what are your thoughts on this? Was he wrong for criticizing the school publicly? Should he have waited till the ink dry on his contract? And why are HBCUs treated so wrong and unfairly?
That is crazy, because it reminds me of, I don't know what college it was, but the one a couple years ago that Yandy had took videos and stuff, and it wasn't no power or something. They was sleeping on floors, and I don't know what it was, but it's like, this is crazy. Like, I'm not sending my kid to a school for them to be living like they living in a homeless shelter. No, ma'am, and no, sir. So
not homeless shelter, and it was moldy and mildew, all that.
And you could die from that. Like too much inhaling, too much like mold and stuff. Yeah. And
that's why I think we had acne early when we used to live in that Pembroke Pines apartment. That's why we had that bad acne. It was the Pembroke Pines, because it was moldy in the walls.
God. Anyway, so no, I don't think he should have waited. It should have he should have did it the first, because I'm pretty sure he's well off for himself or whatever. So and he will get picked up if he's Reed. But no, I would have said it from the first day I saw it. And even if I was a student, it wouldn't have took me for somebody else to say something for me to say something. Because I see something, I say something. Because that's what they teach me. That's what they taught me. Okay.
My question is, how you get fired from a job you don't have yet? I need to know. Somebody answer that question yet? Because the contract wasn't done, but he got fired. Wasn't done. The ink wasn't. Nobody had signed anything, but he still got fired.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, that's good that they protesting, but it's just gonna be weird, and it's gonna suck. Like if they don't like want him back and they get a new coach, the coach gonna be feeling like they don't really want me. So like
that's true, because the students want Ed want to come back. It's the school that got embarrassed. First of all, you wouldn't have to be embarrassed if you had correct living conditions. We're not saying they got to live like they in a 5-star hotel or the Ritz-Carlton, but mold is the least you can do is clean up mold.
Thank God we went to Florida State, but even though our freshman year, our dorm room
Was a
it was very
closet.
small.
It was a closet.
It wasn't, the conditions wasn't horrible, and
No.
thank God they've since then tore down
They
that
tore it Smith
dormitory.
Hall, really?
Yeah, they tore it down.
But yeah, I used to always say if I had another roommate, I couldn't have lived there. I could have only lived there with a relative. Like Kim and stuff had, but Kim's thing was big. But like Chris, before he what is it, forced his roommate out, because you know he was
Oh
with
yeah.
he had a roommate first, but he did something, the roommate moved out. But yeah, I couldn't have stayed there with a stranger. It was literally a closet with
It
two
was
bunk
the size
beds.
of a closet.
But yeah, at least it was livable. Like mold and mildew and trash everywhere. Y'all got gardeners? Don't y'all got landscapers? Why
Like,
they
but
miss this side of the campus? Where the football team practice at? Why they miss that side?
like Bethune, what is y'all doing?
They
Thank
just
God
worried
they
about the
going.
band. You know that band halftime is game time. Or what they say, game time is halftime. Which I bet you the band facility's on point. Why the football facility's not? We need everybody. This is a group effort. We need people to come to the school and want to visit and want to donate. Can y'all at least keep it clean? That's like somebody coming to your house and it's dirty. Why you invite somebody to your house and you ain't wash the dishes? And the trash
Don't be
smell like
popping up.
poop.
Don't pop up at my house. Y'all better give me at least a 15-minute warning.
Not 15.
Sure.
What you gonna do in 15 minutes? Spot mop?
I can spot mop. I can make sure the air freshener, even though we have the little plug-in things.
I love coming into a
Make
house and
sure
it
the
smell
guest
good.
bathroom is clean.
But the upstairs will still be a trash spot. Don't go upstairs.
No, don't go upstairs.
But no, I love walking through a house and it smells really good. And sometimes I walk into y'all and y'all because of them glade things. Well, candles work too. You get the kind of candles you like and literally have them lit up all day. Cause my coworker I used to work with in Florida, she said she have her candles lit all day. So when she walk in, it's just like. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna keep y'all posted on this story. Ed wants to come back, and I want him to come back, and it's just a shame. But I guess you can't criticize your employer or your prospective employer. Yeah, because he got okay. You can't criticize your prospective employer and think you're gonna get hired. But it was just embarrassing.
It is embarrassing because how you want students to come there and you can't even keep the areas clean. Like, I hope when people come there to tour, they don't tour that side.
No, they only tour the West Wing. They only tour the West Wing. They don't go on the East Side. They don't go on the East
Side. Anyway, moving right along. So our next story, basically where we got the our title from. You can see the title. So it's about another HBCU coaches actually. So, and this started back in 2018. So I listened to my little true crime podcast and stuff. So
this was I guess it was a crime. Go ahead.
I had heard little inklings about it because I watched the show, but I didn't ever look into it. But so this was on one of my true podcast things. So back in 2018, there was a freshman basketball player at, I hope I'm saying it right, Coppin State University. Coppin State University. It's in like the Baltimore, Maryland area. And so yeah, there was this freshman, I didn't even get his name, but there was this freshman basketball player, and he got contacted online by a girl who claimed to be interested in him. Eventually the girl was requesting like sexual content from him, like pictures and stuff.
Yeah, of course he did it.
Yeah, of course he did it. Yeah, and so the girl started asking for more and more, and I don't think she ever sent any to him. I don't even know if he was asking or not. But the girl started
trade. It has to be both ways.
Yeah,
and Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll say it after.
So the girl started asking for more and more, and basically started blackmailing him because I think he
Not
started
blackmail.
refusing or feeling uncomfortable. And then she was like, well, if you don't send me more, I'm gonna release the ones I already have or whatever. So he was scared that if
Don't
the
get the face.
pictures and the content came out, it would hurt his basketball career. So he kept sending them. And then in 2019, the next year, he told one of his coaches, which name is Coach Brownlee. So he was telling his coach about this. And then the coach was like, oh my God, I'm getting blackmailed by the same person. And I'm like, wow, what a coincidence. Oh my God. All right. And then so eventually the coach tells the player, oh, the blackmailer is now requesting a video of us engaging in sexual acts.
No.
Or, you know. And so the player initially was like,
I have a
no,
question about that.
no.
Not no.
Go ahead.
Okay, because you gonna say he said no at first, but you said did he eventually give in? I need to know what the
Yeah.
act was. I need to know more details.
I didn't go into detail because I don't want to put that out there
But
on that board.
is it in the lawsuit? Like, do you know what the
It's
act
in the
was?
lawsuit. It's in the law. I didn't read the lawsuit. I didn't read the lawsuit, but it's in there.
But
Yes, but
obviously
you
it was
can get
oral.
it's public. I think it's. I don't know. I don't want to think about that. And so after some time, the player was like, no. Like
That's
Wesley Snipes
nasty.
did on White Man Can't Jump.
Jump.
No. And so he stopped engaging with the blackmailer. And then so the blackmailer shared the content with the basketball staff and the faculty on social media. Okay. So this is a clincher.
Not a
Icing on the
clincher.
cake. Well, no, maybe this part of the frosting. This the frosting, right? The lawsuit alleges that the blackmailer was none other than Coach Brownlee himself. So he was catfishing this boy, pretending to be a girl just to get sexual content from him and then engaging in sexual acts with him. And now
That's
this
disgusting.
is the icing on the cake. Okay, hence our title, the real coaches of HBCUs. So the player allegedly, and according to the lawsuit, allegedly went to another coach, which is Coach Juan Dixon. If y'all don't know Juan Dixon, he's a former NBA player / ex-husband / current fiance. They was married before they got divorced, and now they engaged again.
What's
so
her
they're
name?
supposed to be getting married again.
What's her name?
Robyn Dixon. Okay. Robyn Dixon. And so yeah, she's the housewives on the Real Housewives of Potomac. And I actually I like them because they're like down to earth. They don't got that much money, and you can tell. That's why I think I like them.
Tell.
And so yeah, you can tell. I mean, they got a nice house or whatever. But they not like rolling and like it's this one girl on there that makes a lot of money. But anyway, so apparently, according to the lawsuit, the player told Coach Dixon, and he swept it under the rug and had the play. I read in a different article that he had or made the player come back to practice the next day, and I think the other coach was there as well.
So yeah, he should be named in the lawsuit.
He's named in the lawsuit.
Part of the problem.
But also Robyn is named in the lawsuit, which I think whatever they got on her is gonna eventually get dropped. Because unless even if she knew about it, like
if you know about a crime, you are obligated to report it.
But I don't think she would know about. I don't think she knew about it, but I don't know. But so my question to you is, what are your thoughts? Would you, if you as Robyn Dixon, would you go through with marrying him? Because I think that's kind of a character flaw. But also, do you believe the player, and what should happen to both coaches, if anything?
I think those was a lot of questions, but I think that I had Googled them. I think they already got married again. Because it say 2023. So I think she did go through with it. I would have to wait out the lawsuit to see what happened, to see if I would want to marry him. But I do believe the player. However, I do believe if Juan didn't report it, because this happened with Penn State back in the day, they didn't report a lot of stuff. I do kind of think, Robyn knew about it, because just like with Phaedra and her ex-husband, she was acting like you sleep with this person. This person is in your house. So you don't think if a player came to your husband and said this is going on, he not gonna go to his wife doing pillow talk or whatever and tell her and ask her what should he do about it, if anything?
That's a good
Come
point
on.
about the pillow talk. That's a good point. But if one is anything like Joe, like getting anything out of him is like pulling teeth. So he might not even, I mean, unless she acts like, how was your day or whatever, what happened today at work? He probably wouldn't have told her. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard
If he
to
didn't
I
tell
mean,
her,
it's
then he
not.
had something to do with it. That's my consistency. He had something to do with it if he just sweeping it under the rug. Maybe he was watching the videos too. Maybe he was on it from the get-go, just trying to play a joke and it went too far. I don't know. Why won't you just, if you like this dude, he probably, the original coach, Brownie, he probably did this to several people, Brownie, and see which one took the bait, and that boy is the only one that took the bait. Y'all need to stop. Just because a girl is pretty. Yeah, just because a girl is pretty in the picture. First of all, before you even sex somebody, you need to meet them in person. Because I remember when I used to be on the apps and I first got on the app, this boy, fine, wanted me to send some pictures. And I'm like, once we go on a date and I see who you are, then maybe you could get some pictures. But you ain't going to get no pictures if we don't even meet. Like, what are you doing?
No, because that's out there for forever.
It is, and then you gotta take the face out. At least you can get the boobs. But after we meet, can we meet first? And I know if you a real person, sir. So
and not a 12-year-old boy.
And that's what comes with maturity. He exactly 12-year-old boy or a 60-year-old in a basement.
Like, remember, Elaine got catfish. Remember on
I just saw the episode, like the movie guy, the guy that worked at the video store. Yeah. Cause it's like, okay, she pretty. Okay, she got a fat butt. Okay, but that don't mean she ain't got STDs. That don't mean she's smart, and that don't mean that that's her in a picture. Like, can you do a photo search like catfish now, or you have to have like a certain app to do the reverse photo search or whatever? Is it like
I think you got to pay for that.
Well, he should have paid for it, but he was just a horny basketball player and was like, oh, this girl interested in me. And that's another thing. Because I don't know how the boy look, but still, that's another thing. If a girl that fine or that good looking text you or contact you and trying to get with you and you ain't got to do much work, that's not her in the picture. I'm telling y'all from a fine girl's perspective. That's not her in the picture. If she just chasing you and she want to do all this, and no, that's not her. I'm sorry.
And it actually can cause a lot of damage because on Dr. Phil, I seen a clip from Dr. Phil the other day, and something like this happened where it is where this boy, I guess, was talking to somebody and sent pictures too, and I think she threatened to release him, or either she did. I don't know if she did or not, but he couldn't take it. He ended up committing suicide. He was only 17.
See, that's the kind of stuff that's crazy. Like, I would be embarrassed if my news went out, but hey, they tasteful and they pretty. I'm not freaking Megan Good or Meg the Stallion. Like, who want to see mine? I mean, they can be on the internet, but in 2 weeks, they're going to be talking about somebody else. I'm going to be embarrassed, for sure. But I'm not, titties is titties.
So what do you think they should do to the coaches, if any? Because this is still
I think if it is found out that any of the coaches, either one of the coaches had anything to do with it and that was them, I think both of them should be fired and they should go to jail. Well, at least the one who did the sexual acts should go to jail, because isn't that like technically rape, you're not supposed to be with your student or whatever. And Juan,
It's
even though he
blackmail.
didn't do a sexual act, he should be fired at the very least. He should be. Do they got kids together, him and Robyn?
Yeah, they got 2 sons, and they're cute. But Juan did express that he wanted a girl, and Robyn was kind of iffy on it, but I'm pretty sure she will. But yeah, and Juan need a job because when they got the first divorce, they was broke, and that's why she on the show she was like, because they had they didn't have a prenup. I don't think. Yeah, they didn't have a prenup after the first wedding, and she was like, well, it didn't matter back then because by the time we got divorced, we was both broke. So now that was one of the issues on the show. They doing a prenup now because she has a very successful business now, and she's on TV. Yeah, because her hats are lined with satin. So that was
a good idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, so we'll keep you guys posted on that. That's wild. But yeah, that just goes to show, and not victim blaming, but don't be sending pictures to people y'all ain't at least met. Like, that's at least meet one time and know that that's the person you're talking to. Because I'm not gonna say don't send nudes like I've never sent them before, or like I would never send them again.
I don't think I've never sent nudes.
Because you was out of the dating game when you were 15. Nudes were popular.
Oh,
you talking about? Anywho, let's talk about NFL. So the Cowboys lost yet again in the playoffs. They lost to the 49ers. The Bills, which was my Super Bowl
not
winner,
again.
Yes, again. The Bills, which was my Super Bowl winner, lost to the Bengals. So that killed
effed up my
bracket.
Yeah, I didn't have them winning, but they effed up my bracket, and now I can't win.
Yeah, I can't win either. So it's like I'm going for KC. Stephon Diggs was visibly upset on the sideline. I don't know if you saw it, but he was very upset. And then he tweeted something about, what am I supposed to be okay with losing?
No, yeah, I saw him. He was yelling at everybody. He was yelling at one of the coaches at a point. And me and Joe was looking at it like, but they played like it was like not the Bills that but remember I told you they always start off good. I said that on the other podcast we was off like they always look real good.
And then they do this to us. So yeah. The Jags lost to the Chiefs, which was like we knew that was going that the Cinderella stuff was gonna come to an end. The Giants lost to the Eagles 38-7. We knew that was gonna happen. But at least y'all couldn't have scored 14. Y'all could have made 2 touchdowns. Y'all only can make 1. I didn't even see that Giants Eagles game. I was out, but they could have made 2 touchdowns. Anyway, so what are your predictions for this weekend? We down to the last 4 teams, the 49ers and the Eagles. I know you got the 49ers winning the Super Bowl, so I'm assuming. Okay, with the 49ers and the Eagles, it's kind of tricky for me because I want to go for the 49ers because I do think they are the more exciting team and I want an exciting Super Bowl. But I like Jalen Hurts. He cute. And yes, that's why I like him. So the next game, the Bengals at the Chiefs. You know I'm going with my Chiefs. But the Bengals they were very impressive to me in their win against the Bills. Because remember I said last year in the Super Bowl they was underwhelming. So if they play like that in the if they make it to the Super Bowl this year, I'll be sold on Joe Burrow and all the boys.
I'm going for the 49ers. I think they're going to win. But honestly, I think I want the Bengals to go with them. But I think whoever goes, the Super Bowl is going to be offensive. And it's going to be exciting. And I can't wait.
But I would like interceptions. Like, I like defensive games, but not for the Super Bowl. I mean, I want 1 or 2 interceptions. But yeah, I don't want no score like 13-10. No, I don't.
I need it to go over whatever the what is it called? The spread gonna be. I need it to go over and above that.
Right, it needs to be like 42-39. So the highlight of the week goes to USC track and field. So USC named a field after Allison Felix. Everybody, we all know the track star. She's an alumni of the school, USC, and they tweeted a picture of the field and they put introducing the Allison Felix Field. Our track and field team would now compete on the field named after USC alum, 11-time Olympic medalist and activist, Allison Felix. So kudos to USC and Allison Felix. That's amazing. And you want to know the first thing I
That
thought
is
when I saw
good.
that? I thought
About that Shakara Richardson girl?
no. I thought about
Oh, okay.
Sonya from Housewives of Atlanta. I'm like, is she gonna have a field named
Oh,
after her? She only did 4, not 11.
I'm telling y'all, listen, Sonya is not. Sonya was good.
She was.
She's good, but you know how like Tom Brady, for instance.
Not
You
Tom
know
Brady.
how people outside that doesn't watch football, but that's outside of football know who Tom Brady is?
Correct.
Or LeBron James, right? Nobody outside of track knows who Sonya Richardson is. But they do know Allison Felix because she's been on cereal boxes. She's been on all these commercials. If I didn't watch track, I wouldn't know who it was. That's why. Talking about, I can't believe that episode where she said, I'm a 4-time Olympic champion, put some respect on my name. Girl, don't nobody know you. You just brought her household name. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest because you brought her up. But I just wanted to put it out there. I mean,
nobody knows.
Don't know. So I couldn't believe nobody said, but cause them girls there don't watch track. That's why they don't know. They probably think she the best thing since sliced bread and track. Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah, and I only knew her partially because I did watch the track Olympics, but also because I knew her husband. He was on the Giant with football people, so we knew her husband. He's a former football player, so that's also why I knew her. But yeah, she probably gained more fans by being on this show because she even said she had a reality show before, and I had never heard of her.
I never
that show. I mean,
heard of it either. But yeah, like I said, if I didn't watch track or knew her husband, I would not know who that lady is. But thanks for running for USA instead of Jamaica.
That's terrible. Anyway, kudos to Allison Felix and USC. And that is all for our episode this week. Tune back next week. And also, I want to announce we got a special Valentine's Day episode. And I'm excited about it because we're going to have some special guests on our show. So tune in. I think that'll be in about 2 weeks. So tune in. Bye-bye.
Bye.